Moses is the Elon Musk of his time, gets the job done. Nobody thanks him for it.
That is how people see me. You're right. Well, we'll see what happens. Anything I'm excited about for the week ahead? Fed stuff, earnings season. Earnings season is not going to be very good. I don't know if you've seen this. CEOs all around the place are like, we can't give any guidance because we don't know what's going to happen with tariffs. That's been pretty interesting. I'm hearing tariffs on kind of funny now because the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced, but they can't actually give the final price
Right.
because they don't know what it's going to be, how it's going to go, what the game's going to be like, all that sort of thing. And so when they're sort of rolling their eyes, like we don't know, the tariffs is what it's going to be. And they were discussing stuff like, oh, I love this conversation that Tim and Greg were having. They're like, what price would the Nintendo Switch? What would be the maximum price you could handle buying it at?
Hmm.
And Tim was saying, look, at 1,000, do I buy it? And Greg's like 1,000. I'm thinking 600, and we could write it off. But what would regular people do? And people in the chat was going on 500. I couldn't get any more, and people go, okay. But I just love the conversation of like this discretionary thing that I don't need to spend money on. How much money would I spend? It's such an American mentality. Of, I'm going to be buying a Switch anyway. Switch 2. Like this is what I laugh about because people want zero interest rates, Peter. People want zero interest rates. It's so funny. They want the very thing that's like not good for the economy long term. They just want markets to go up, and that's what they want. They want the 401k to be up, a 401k to be up. They want their assets to be up. They want their homes to go up, and it doesn't matter to them that the economy is suffering and that middle class is dying and that Main Street is dying. They want their Switch at $400.
I find it fascinating when I watch these news segments and them talking about what's going on in the markets. Um, the wise among them, they understand there's a problem. It's not sustainable. But the questions that they ask afterwards, the undertones are no, but there can't be any disruption. It has to all be good. Any fix has to only be good and only up. If the market ever goes down, if there's any problems, your solution is terrible. Keep it the bad way it was. And I just don't understand what they're thinking. Okay, if you or anybody else were given the controls to fix the problem, would the market just uninterrupted just keep going up? Nobody's the wiser. Everything's just great, or will there not be tumult? Or wouldn't the wise thing be to give the president and the people in charge the latitude and leeway to, maybe make mistakes, not knowing exactly how things are going to turn out, as opposed to, you can fix it, but nothing better ever go wrong.
Well, I'm going to say this straight to camera because I mean I might just send this to Greg and Tim just as a for everyone to see this, guys. When the Switch was whatever it was last go around, let's say it's $400, you think, oh, it's cheaper than if it was $1,000. No, no, your money went down in value. You just didn't see it. The Switch is actually way more expensive than you think if it was actually priced in old money. It went down. You're just upset because now you actually have to see the cost of it. And that extra money that's going to be on top of it, that money is supposed to go to your government. It's to your own government that it's going to, as opposed to exporting the productivity, the money, and the energy of your country, of the workforce, outside of your country. Why are they selling switches to the United States? It's to extract the money and productivity from the United States abroad. And so I get it. You want the cheaper switch because you're used to that, but it wasn't actually cheaper. You were just paying for it in a way you didn't realize that you couldn't see.
Wow, that's a hard truth you just said there, Tom. That I didn't even think about it that way. That hurt me a little bit, but it was true. The truth, it hurts, but it is true.
Interest rates should be up, Peter. Long-term interest rates should be up and to the right.
When we were youngins, they were up. I never heard about this zero interest rate, and I kept hearing about it. I'm like, that's not normal. When you used to put your money in the bank in a savings account,
I mean,
and you would gain money.
4 or 5%, exactly.
And now you're like an idiot if you save your money. You're absolute idiot.
Yeah, you have to have your money in the stock market in order to be able to get the percentage gains that you need so that you can retire, which means you're forced to gamble so that you can retire. That people just totally forget this. I don't know where this one-two switch, how it happened so cleanly,
Yeah.
but that you're looking at your 401k at the who was it? Someone else kind of funny was doing it. They're just my view of American like laptop class. Like they make their money through doing something that's discretionary. No fault to them, but they see their role in this San Francisco Silicon Valley sort of bubble, and they just don't understand that that's not what the rest of the country is like.
Right.
Um, and so the interest rates, what you want is for the interest rates to be high enough that you can save, and the money that people save is what causes productivity and investment within the community. But if it's zero interest rates, so zero interest rates, let's say for the short-term rates, 2-year rates, and like a little bit higher than that for long-term rates, then the only way you can make money in order to survive is to gamble. What else are you going to do? Uh, uh, y- you want 8% interest rates on a long term and 5% on the short term. And that way, the stock market you don't think about. You put your money in the savings account. You could go around, actually doing things. It's the shock of it that people are not particularly used to. So, I just find it absolutely fascinating. And the video game industry to me is the perfect proxy for it. If people sitting around talking about, I can't believe it, on like the cost of Horizon Zero Dawn and like loot boxes in games. I just find it to be so beautifully District 1, so exactly District 1. Fantastic. All right, well, that's it for Sunday Fuel for this week. You're gonna look out for my tweet for what Bitcoin is likely to be targeting. We do have an uncleared weekly level, which is not usual for Sunday Fuel. These things don't usually stay that way for long, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick, at some point,
Pull back to
negative
80.
5% on Bitcoin. And when you see that and that lower level clears, actually, we have it level. Yeah, that lower level clears. That's pretty good. And I would be taking a long from over there from 80,000 up. There is a mini level here at 78.4 that I'm not entirely sure if this was cleared. Remember, we said that last week that it didn't touch it exactly. So we still have that level.
But didn't the wave move up?
Oh, that moved up from down here for the lowest level. This
Oh, I
is
see.
a level higher up at 78.4.
Right, right.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna head back there. We could. I would still take a bounce from over here at 80, and if this breaks, take a bounce over here at 78.4. But expect this area to be filled, folks. Like some of this area should get filled. If we don't, the higher up we go, the further we have to fall. So
It's ominous.
take it for what you will.
Well, thanks, Tom.
Yeah. So until then, we'll see you on next Sunday Fuel. Play the outro, Peter.
Don't have that yet.
Play the outro. Sing us a little ditty. Sing us a little tune.
I don't sing anymore. Suno does all my singing for me. All right.
Oh,
I
that's
don't.
true. Yeah. Why don't we
I
have a
I don't even do things anymore. Just AI does everything. Bring on the
So,
robots.
so you're feeling what it's like when the system works through you.
Yes.
Getting that sort of idea.
That's
That's how I see
right.
the chart. Blonde, brunette, redhead. All right, that's it for us, folks. Ciao.